in a family of elite combat athletes and top-tier performers, the final boss has always stood out, even when he was just a blue chipper. But there wouldn't be a final boss, there wouldn't even be a bloodline if it wasn't for The Rock's grandfather, the High Chief Peter Mavia. You can think of him as the first boss. Predecessor to the tribal chief.
He is one of, if not the foundation for our family. The Anawa'i Fatu Mavia wrestling dynasty. I don't think there's anybody more responsible for what's going on now than the High Chief himself.
Peter Mavia isn't simply one of the two principals behind the sacred blood bond. He's also an incredibly decorated professional wrestler who traveled the world and won titles everywhere he went. New Zealand, Japan, Europe, and here in the United States, where he enjoyed especially successful runs in Hawaii and California. Mavia would eventually find his way to WWE, engaging in legendary battles with the likes of superstar Billy Graham. His larger-than-life personality would win the WWE Universe over in short order, as it had throughout his entire career. In the ring, High Chief Peter Mavia was a potent blend of brawn and grappling technique, often muscling his opponents down to the mat through a variety of joint locks and then switching to more painful holds once grounded. His sleeper hold and stump puller were both feared and renowned, and make no mistake about it, Mavia knew there was always more than one path to the ultimate victory. Out of the ring, High Chief Peter Mavia also ran one of the most successful wrestling promotions on the planet, Polynesian Pro Wrestling, based out of Hawaii, showing his mastery of the business in every aspect. His induction into WWE's Hall of Fame class of 2008 was supremely deserved, forever enshrining Peter Mavia as the legend he always was. And now, we present to you the opportunity to walk in the boots of the legendary High Chief Peter Mavia, facing off against one of the most legendary WWE rivals, George the Animal Steele. You will settle this score once and forever, and showcase the overwhelming strength of Peter Mavia, which has ever since remained as a hallmark for every single solitary member of this bloodline. Steele is no easy battle, though. He thrives in the chaos, one of pro wrestling's true madmen. He'll even try to eat part of the ring if he thinks it'll help him break you down. So do your best and honor High Chief Peter Mavia properly with a resounding victory.
Uh-oh, somebody called the local zoo.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is a steel cage match. Introducing first, from Detroit, Michigan, weighing in at 275 pounds, George the Animal Steele.
I'm not even sure the cage can contain this man.
And strolling down the aisle, the opponent of George Steele, Peter Mavia.
Always a chaotic matchup.
His opponent from the Isle of Samoa, weighing in at 275 pounds,
Steel had better keep an eye on Mavia because Mavia is a true brawler. Few men can handle the chaos of the animal inside a steel cage, but I believe the High Chief is ready.
Mavia carrying such pride into the ring.
Very stark contrast to Steel. We'll see which prevails tonight.
Steel cage match underway. Peter Mavia versus George the Animal Steel. Most of the matches between Peter Mavia and George Steel have ended inconclusively, but this time we'll have a winner.
These are two very different men, Cole. The High Chief is a man of great pride and respect for the ring, while Steel is, well, he's an animal. I can't think of two opponents with more opposing styles.
You said it, Corey. Let's just hope this one gets taken care of in the ring tonight. Gentlemen, we've touched on the differences between Mavia and Steel as competitors. One man based on order, the other on chaos, but it's reflected in their looks, too.
Indeed, Michael. Just look at the sculpted physique of the High Chief. And the tribal tattoos on his body are extremely intricate and definitely eye-catching. And Steel is, well, he's an ugly creature. Enough hair on his upper torso to classify as fur. Folds in his bald head. He's like a modern-day Neanderthal.
And that was offense with a hurtful purpose. Oh, and a headbutt. The High Chief just refusing to be intimidated.
The animal has no idea what to make of Mavia. Chop block right to the knee.
You have to admit, that was a smart bit of offense, cutting their opponent down to size like that. Big back body drop.
What elevation.
Some folks call Peter Mavia the Flying Hawaiian, and the reasons are obvious for that moniker. But guys, how has he earned the other nickname of the High Chief?
Well, Cole, Peter Mavia is very close to the Anawa'i family. In fact, Peter's considered a blood brother to the patriarch of that clan. When you add on the fact that Mavia was born and raised in Samoa, you can see the great pride he has for that land and its people in the tribal ink that covers his body.
Two very opposing styles in every sense of the word, Corey. High Chief Mavia is a much more physically gifted and talented athlete in the ring than Steel. What's it going to take for the animal to get the upper hand here?
Well, he's got to be even more chaotic than ever inside this cage. Nothing about Steel makes sense to someone as traditional as Mavia. There's never any telling what the animal's going to do in a match, and he needs to keep it that way. Ooh.
George the Animal Steel is not a wrestler by any stretch of the imagination, guys. He's a true brawler.
And he might be the best brawler in WWE, Michael. There is no shortage of fight in the end. But you know who might be a better brawler, guys? The High Chief Peter Mavia. And when you consider that Mavia is also an excellent high flyer and a great technician, well, you can see why the High Chief is the favorite in this match, even with the steel cage stipulation. Headlock applied, tossed without regard. Took him out the knee. Massive body block from the second rope. The animal may be wounded prey at this point. The High Chief closing in on a successful hunt.
The High Chief Peter Mavia really making a name for himself at WWE, but he's had plenty of experience on the way up.
Plenty of championships on the West Coast, but he's made the biggest splash in Hawaii, where he earned multiple tag team titles. Oh yeah, Mavia is a huge celebrity on the islands. In fact, I've heard some consider him the personification of Maui.
Peter Mavia now with the upper hand.
Yeah, Mavia has really figured the animal out here. Mavia just dominated the animal with that one. Took him out the knee.
Peter Mavia very tough, but he also has movement. And what he's looking for here looks like a potential submission maneuver coming. He lets his opponent out of the submission.
Yeah, but who knows what damage has been done.
Mavia has Steel in his sights, looking to put the animal down. Mavia with a plan in mind.
Backbreaker. Is it enough? Is it enough for Peter Mavia?
There's two. And the High Chief defeats the animal.
Here is your winner, High Chief Peter Mavia!
Anytime these two have faced off, it's been eye for an eye. But the steel cage has finally delivered a decisive victory for the High Chief, Peter Mavia.
George Steele is one tough animal, but the way Mavia faced him in the cage tonight just reinforced what everyone already knew, that the High Chief is one tough Samoan.